Hi everybody. So we continue with the finalization of the left aileron. After you rivet in the front skins and then the spars to the, main ribs to the spar and then the back skins, then you pop rivet the two, you pop rivet the two main ribs together. And those are CS4-4 rivets, not to be confused with LP 4-3 rivets, or is it LPV, LPC? Yeah. All I can tell you is they're in bag 3015. And 3015 was sitting in the bottom of the remainder of the giant bag of fasteners that I have on that shitty shelving unit, pardon my language, because I don't have enough storage. And here I am pop riveting in the counterbalance right now. Anyone that's been watching these videos knows my history with this damn counterbalance work, getting these holes drilled. I was just happy to get them in place. And after talking with a few friends, yeah, they all laughed at me because I was using crappy bits. I mean, they don't go through bits as fast as me. Of course, they're all like, well, why don't you own these bits? I'm like, well, those bits are 14 bucks a piece. I mean, no, you know, maybe I should have just soaked in for like 150 bucks in bits for one size. You know, get a dozen number 40s. I don't know. Okay, so now on to the trailing edge. Again, these are double flush, just like the rudder. And what I have done is I tried to do a little bit of this with the squeezer right there. And the easiest way to do that was to take one of the dies. Now you're like, oh, this is at like a 16 or 23 degree angle. So yeah, so I took one of the flat dimple dies and I took it to the bench grinder and I made the appropriate angle. And then I drew a guideline to make sure that whenever I started squeezing that was always straight. Some other companies actually sell something sort of like this. It's two dies, because the idea is just you have to keep it straight. And so what you do is actually sell two dies, and those have the angle drilled into them, or ground into them, sorry. And then holes drilled through, and then something more or less like a safety pin kind of holds them in place in the proper angle. There is a very quick cameo by my beautiful wife. So after trying to use the squeezer and failing miserably on a couple of rivets, I decided to drill those out really quickly and then go with the old standby, which is the rivet gun and the back plate. And just like the rudder, you have the rivets sticking through on a perpendicular angle to the bottom skin of the aileron, comes through the back plate, sticks up. You then angle your rivet gun flat set to kind of smear the top of that rivet towards the tip of the trailing edge. And then once it's kind of angled in, then you rotate the head around of the rivet gun and then push it flat into the rest of the top. Well, in this case, the top. And it's interesting, and I'd forgotten, but one of the things, and I kind of forgot this and to mention this in the last video, is that when you're actually riveting in the back skin, Vans has a very peculiar instruction. They say to rivet every 10th rivet, which winds up being, I think, 5 rivets, and then randomly rivet the rest of the skin in. I think the idea is that that skin slash leading edge slash spar combination has a tendency to pillow. So to just nail it down periodically, every 10th rivet kind of seals all the skin exactly where it's going to be. Then you kind of just have to deal with the oil canning should it appear in your skin, which in my case it did not. And apparently I just sit around here and do nothing. As our club mechanic kind of meanders around and working on one of our planes. This was weeks ago, actually. Sorry it's taking me so long to catch up. Anyway, so aileron's done, and then we will move on to the right one in the next video, so see you soon.